Yo, what's up? Hit that like button. So Deion Sanders is leaving the NFL Network. They couldn't come to an agreement. He was there since 2006. This is after his comments where he called out all the NFL players that opted out of the season and didn't want to play for COVID-19, and people were kind of like on his ass, like, "Oh, that's so ignorant. That's so stupid. How could you be mad? These guys have families. They have wives. Why should football be their number?" But it's a different generation. And Prime comes from that generation where they just played, even though he used to opt out a lot of times. So in the first month of the season, so he could play baseball. But this is after his comments. So I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. The NFL Network is kind of going into a different direction with like shows like Get Up. I mean, I Get Up. Good Morning Football with Kay Adams and the other two moist white guys and Nate Burleson, and they got rid of his show we had last year called 21st and Prime because the NFL had budget cuts. Then they used to have a round table after every game with him, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Shannon Sharp. So they've been cutting up and doing all kind of revamping. They got rid of Warren Sapp a few years ago. Like one of the only original Hall of Fame analysts they got left is like Shannon Sharp, because they got rid of Marshall Falk about 2 years ago when one of the workers, this white lady that worked up there, looked like Bridget Nielsen or Larry Bird, and she ran around and told everybody they were trying to harass her. And it was Ike Taylor, and Marshall Falk was one of those guys, and we haven't seen either one of them since. And so they've been chopping heads off, and they're settling for guys that they don't have to pay as much because they're having budget cuts, I guess, due to viewership slippage. Because Prime wanted a $7 million. He basically wanted a 7+ salary. He wanted to keep making bank, and it was like, nah, we could pay Willie McGinnis and these other guys who aren't as established as you way less money in the thousands, and we can maintain them instead of paying you whatever the fuck they were paying him a year, maybe $4 or $5 million a year, something crazy. But yeah, I fuck with Prime. Prime brought some authenticity to that network, especially when they first came on the scene, when they were legitimate. It felt like a real football network. Now it feels like just a regular sports network, and it doesn't feel any real different or exclusive. It feels no different really than Fox Sports or ESPN. And I think that's what they want. They want it to be on that level, so they're gonna do whatever they can. But this is what they're doing. So Prime is gonna get into coaching. And he wants to coach, like, I think last year he was the offensive coordinator for his son's high school team. A lot of great players don't become great head coaches because a lot of them don't have the patience to do it. Often they have a certain level of talent that you just can't teach. Like Ed Reed is one of the greatest safeties ever. Couldn't really teach what Ed does. He just had instinct, and Ed's been trying to coach for a while. He was coaching. He was a player coach with the Jets and then the Houston Texans. Now he's down in Miami. Best of luck with him with that. But Prime is gonna try to coach too. I don't know if Deion has the patience to deal with other people, let alone kids. But best of luck with him with that, man. But yeah. And the Roy Jones-Mike Tyson fight, that's another thing that got pushed back. Some people think Roy just needed more training time, whatever. But yeah, that's just what's going on right now. So yeah, Deion Sanders is out the fucking door. NFL Network, did it fall off? Kinda. Rich Eisen isn't really on there. He just does the little game time show. It'll be when football comes back, they'll be okay. But during the non-football season, it's not as lit as it used to be. And I didn't even give a fuck about the top 100 this year. Didn't watch the combine. I was just like, whatever. I don't know. I just wasn't really. I'm one of the people, I get burnt out by football burns me out by Super Bowl. I'm just over it. I need months of healing and vacation. So I don't really check the NFL Network like that during the summertime anyway. But God, good luck with Prime, man. Hoping he can get those kids in shape and get their asses doing something.